Happy Vlogmas! I actually was not planning on vlogging today because, as I said, I will not be vlogging every day. At least that's what I'm trying to tell myself. Because I really just want it to be a chill month. Like I said in my last video, because I was like, oh, today's like really busy at work and like I don't want to deal with vlogging, but I actually like woke up in such a good mood and I got up earlier than normal, just like 10 minutes so that I wasn't rushed. Like, what a concept, am I right? Usually I can't force myself to get out of bed until like absolutely the bare minimum amount of time I need to get dressed and slap makeup on my face. Like usually I don't even make my bed before starting work, but today I did, so that was great. And it's just been a decent day. So yeah, it's lunch right now. I have no idea what to make, but I'm gonna go figure something out. And yeah, I just been thinking about like past vlogmases and stuff. Like, it's just so funny to think about like what I was doing like on December 1st. I started doing it sophomore year. Like that was when I started my YouTube channel, and it was when Grace and I were doing Winterfest. So it was like, I think it was a Friday that year, and we had like choir rehearsal or something. And because it was that weekend, and it was so magical. It's one of my favorite college memories. Junior year, I was so stressed because I had all these papers and presentations jammed at the beginning of December. It was insane. And then senior year, I was flying back to Long Beach and grocery shopping, and I also had a lot of papers and stuff, but junior year was the worst. Like, I was so stressed. I remember that. But yeah, good times. I can't promise that this Vlogmas will be as exciting. I won't be as stressed. There's that. But yeah, oh, we have to do question of the day. Question of the day for Vlogmas. What is your favorite Christmas album? I feel like I've probably asked that before because I try to do Christmas themed questions and there's only so many things you can do. But I just thought of that because I was listening to mine, which is Sarah Brightman's Winter Symphony. It is the best. If you haven't listened to it, you should. It is not Christmas until I've listened to this album. My favorite songs are Arrival, Colder Than Winter, In the Bleak Midwinter, I've Been This Way Before, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and I Believe in Father Christmas. And the first Ave Maria is really good as well. But I haven't even like listened to these songs in forever, so just going through it. And I also really like Taria's Christmas album, her first one. I haven't really listened to her more recent one very much. I should. But the Finnish one that I can't pronounce, that one. And I just like random other songs. If you guys want to follow my Spotify playlist, it's called Merry and Bright. I have all my jams on there. Other Christmas music I really like listening to is my old choir CDs. I was in Sacramento Children's Chorus growing up, and those songs just always have such a special place in my heart that we did. They're not necessarily popular Christmas songs, but I love listening to those CDs. It's so sad, honestly, COVID ruining everything. I had this reunion that I'd go to with like the choir alumni basically, and my old director at her house for Christmas. I went for 2 years, I think. It was at least 2 years, if not 3. I feel like I only have distinct memories of 2 years. But there would be like, everyone would bring food. It was like a potluck. And like, yeah, it was kind of awkward because it was like, I didn't even know if I'd know anyone, but like I found people that I knew and stuff. And then we all sat down and we sang our Christmas classics, and it was just such a great way to get into the Christmas spirit and like still, I don't know, remember that. A lot of my Christmas memories are involved with choir, if you can't tell. But yeah, anyway, that's that. I'm gonna make lunch now. Okay guys, it's almost 11 o'clock. I showered. Am I anywhere near being done prepping for work tomorrow? No, I am not, because I dragged it out for way too long, and then I got caught up reading my old fan fictions, which, can we just say, cringe. I hope that my writing has improved since then, because every other sentence has some kind of unnecessary, like, terrible metaphor or just unnecessary exaggeration. Everything is infinity or forever or just some of the metaphor is like fear swept over her like a tidal wave. There was one that said like guilt settled on his stomach. like a huge, heavy rock. Like, what? Anyway, irrelevant. I have been seeing everyone's Spotify rap stuff earlier, and I didn't see it come up on mine, but finally it is. And this is such a big moment. Such a big moment. I was actually just looking through my playlist to try to predict what it would be, because I wanted to share my predictions with you guys to see how accurate I am. The year, I think it was 2 years ago, that Balame was my #1 song. I was just looking back at that vlog from junior year. Okay, I'm gonna try to predict. I'm gonna go over all this first, and then we're gonna look at it. So, I predicted that right, but I feel like I didn't have a song that I was that obsessed with this year. And I honestly don't remember what it was last year. That was 2 years ago, so I don't remember what it was last year. Probably something from France, honestly, or Calypso or something. So I was just looking back through my old playlist, and my song predictions, and I might be way off because I was trying to look through old playlists because I feel like my mind, it's gonna be warped by things that I've listened to recently, but actually like anything from all year could be on there. And so I was pretty obsessed with the song Crashing by Illenium from the To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You movie, so we're gonna say that one. There's a song, my mom and I watched the movie Leap Year, which takes place in Ireland, and there's a song that's played at the wedding that the main characters go to called Tell Me Ma by Shamrock, and I got really obsessed with it and would listen to it on repeat, so I think that one might be on there. It's like an Irish, like, bouncy song. And then I also think Overload by Life of Dylan might be on there. What was the other one that I was thinking of? I'm not sure. Oh, Illicit Affairs by Taylor Swift. I think it might be on there. I don't know. I think that Taylor Swift is going to be in my top artists, but I don't know if there was one song that I listened to enough to get on to my top songs. But if it was, it would either be Illicit Affairs or August. And then recently I've been listening to a lot of metal again, so I think that the song that I've probably been listening to the most obsessively is Mercy Mirror by Within Temptation, so we're gonna say that. I've been listening to a lot of Nightwish too, but I don't think there's any specific song that I've been listening to more than others, so we're gonna go with that for my predictions. And for artists, again, I feel like I'm just gonna be thinking of what it was recently, because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it'll be like Within Temptation, Nightwish, and Taria or something. But I have been listening to them a lot, so like maybe, I don't know. Taylor Swift, I think. And then, what other? I listened to Dodie a decent amount. I listened to a lot of Step Up High Water again, so maybe that. I don't know. What else? Oh my gosh, no, I think that was the other thing I thought might be on one of my top songs, is I listened to Hamilton a lot. So I think that might come up in my artists, and it might come up in my songs. If one of them were to be in the top 5, I'd say it would either be Helpless, Satisfied, or Nonstop. Or You'll Be Back. So those are also contenders. And Lin-Manuel Miranda might be in my top artist because of how much I listen to that album. Actually, feel pretty safe in making that bet. Yeah, let's just go for it, okay? Let's just go. I'm gonna screen record this so I can put it on the screen. Oh my god, how did I forget Foister? That's 100% gonna be in the top 5. Oh, I listen to this one a lot too. Show tunes because of Hamilton. Pop rap. Is Good For You on there? Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh, I forgot how much I listened to that song. I do love that song. Oh, and I listen to Requiem a lot too. Requiem was #2. Oh my god. Oh, I was like, what's that? The Samantha, it was a podcast, but it was actually Barbie music on Spotify, that's why. What's that? Let's tell me more. LOL. I don't have houseplants. Well, was it Taylor Swift? I was only in the top 1% of Taylor Swift's listeners. That's disappointing. My favorite was August. Okay. I forgot how much I listened to the Dear Evan Hansen soundtrack.
Oceans rise, empires fall, it's much harder.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I believe it. If I had remembered how much I listened to Dear Evan Hansen, I think I would have actually put Requiem above Good For You. But yeah, I was pretty obsessed with that song, so that makes sense. But actually, I completely forgot how much I listened to Floyster, which is a song that is from a movie my mom and I watched. Also, I'm actually quite surprised that wasn't on my top 5 songs, because I listen to that like every single time I go for a walk. The fact that Taylor Swift is my top artist makes me feel good. But I got 2 out of 5, Overload and Tell Me Ma. I forgot about Mean It. I listened to that a lot. When I was still back at, like, on campus, I was listening to Requiem like every single night. So you haven't listened to Dear Evan Hansen, what are you doing? Because my mom and I went and saw that play last January, so that's why. I feel like I can't post the Taylor Swift thing that says I was in the top 1% of her listeners this year because other people's said that they were in the top 0.5.